is my first no viewer stream. Like, I just had the idea that I'd go ahead and, like, especially like right now, my mind is at ease. Thinking about just yapping along and speaking what is in my mind without being distracted. Like, when I mention distraction, I don't mean it like bad way. Like, I mean it in a good way. I think there should be two sides shown. One side where there's calm news, and one side where there's open news. So that you guys are able to see both. I also had some questions like, what's my past? So I'd like to answer those questions when I'm fully at ease. Especially like yesterday, I had a member showing me a cat which is long dead, and I think it's charming for y'all to have the opportunity that when I'm gone, it's so weird. Like, maybe one day, like, already dead, and someone is listening to this. At least I hope so. Would be quite charming. So that you have something that will remain. And like, while I do this 0 viewer stream, like, I will actually like even work along like what I'm doing. It's like sometimes I have like connections with other people. I wouldn't even describe it as work. Like, work is just the term I'm already used to. Communicate with people, will try to formulate this as some sort of ASMR experience. So you guys can like just listen along and observe what I'm doing. Really talking to someone. Where this person says that it's charming to make light of a bad situation. I think like it's a charming thing to do. Trying to make others smile. It's like that's also what I'm trying to do. Like, as you guys will experience in this, like in this episode, it's the first episode. I also try to make others smile. So that happy, you know. 'Cause there's enough sadness going on in the outside world if you want. But like the world just hopefully about to fade one day. So would like just yap along. So about my past. So like the lore of Noozed. I'm an only child. I was raised by my mom. My mom was left by my father in blood when she was pregnant with me. If I remember correctly, like if I have it like stored correctly, because she explained it to me once. She got betrayed by another woman, and like that can cause a lot of pain, especially with the things as they are currently. Well, that led to a divorce. I was like, as mentioned, I was in her womb, so I didn't experience all that. And then my mom had to fight because she was kind enough to help him out with finances. I just got a message. Wait, I will answer. Like I will give a response. I think like pictures are able to express sometimes way more rather than simple words. That's why I utilize pictures so much, because words can lead to thoughts, and you never know like what those might be, and sometimes it's way more easy to just simply show like what is in mind in that regard. Just showing the feeling. Though, like, where was I? Basically, like my mom was in debt. She was in much debt. She then had to worry while being pregnant, and my grandparents helped out quite a bit. Though my grandfather, he often looked a little bit too deep into a bottle of alcohol, and my grandma was pretty pretty roughed up from her life experiences, because those people are like from the whole generation. Her frenzy sometimes was way more prevalent, way more present than. Forgive me sometimes when I use wrong words. I'm not a native. It was more rough those times, and not as open in terms of like seeing another message right now. Then like those messages like are it was more present, and people like are also these days they often don't find the time to reflect upon what's happening to them, and like surrounds them. They're under constant pressure, and when you keep this in mind, like what I'm about to explain will also shine some light in that regard. So there was she, my mom, me inside being pregnant, trying to desperately solve the situation, because like from what I found out, a woman's love is primarily for her child, and woman can move mountains in that regard. She did. She worked diligently and provided space where I could be reasoned. The first incident, if you want, was where my mom got visited by Turkish mafia people, because my father owed money to them, and after she explained it to me, I can even vividly remember the imagery. Like I was lying in my check. Google Translate. Der German word is Kinderkrippe. No, it's not. Well, the bad, like this bad thing where the baby lies in, and like she got threatened with a gun. She was asked to give all the jewelry she had, and like everything that she possessed. If I understand it correctly, she didn't have anything, and can remember the ceiling. It's like it was a small rundown flat. Like I even thinking that there was like dust falling down. That was like the first time where I saw if you want darkness of a human individual. Were actually like two guys, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like they left, and my mom kept on fighting. Then, like after the kindergarten, like in the kindergarten, it was rough. Like my mom was from Russia, and my father in blood was from Ukraine. And spoke a little bit of Russian, and like in the kindergarten, like my mom explained to me, and even here I somewhat vividly have those images in my mind. Like I was asking for the dummy, like the dummy, and the Russian word for it is Susa, and I wasn't alone, like there was another child in close proximity. And the mother of this child then came to, probably in her mind, to the rescue, because you can imagine Germany is still hurt from the war. So she got scared and pulled her child away from me, whilst looking at me as if I were a monster. And I also got bullied for speaking Russian. But I then decided one day to stop speaking Russian. It's like the kindergartens motivated me to do that. So yeah, I stopped speaking Russian, and life went on. Like in the kindergarten, it was somewhat livable. I got bullied, as mentioned. Life went on. I was often very alone. It's like I couldn't communicate it well to others. I was very isolated, if you want. Actually, I will do so real quick. So, don't worry, I'll be right back. I won't edit this. So, like, it's as if this was a stream, sort of. So, don't worry, I'll be right back. good. Now I'm hydrated. It's like way better when I'm hydrated. Well, after the kindergarten, and I really got bullied extremely a lot. Y'all will find out when that what I've created came to fruition, like in completion, if you want. Because like I want to bring 1 million people together, at least in a small gesture, where 1 million people say yes in one action. I think that's like it's not unattractive to become a millionaire. I think it's like a millionaire in liquidity. I think it's more attractive than the money aspect of it. It's like we'll get to this later on as well. It's like I had money, I had a nice car. So like this is very far. Like I get sidetracked. Like I will get to this later on, so don't worry. I then moved on to elementary school, and that was the time where my mom had found really much success, like found really much success. So she moved a lot, and I was like with my grandparents, and like as mentioned, they are from the old school. Basically, like before elementary school, like in kindergarten, when I decided to fight a girl once, like my grandfather has beat me up with a belt. That was basically the day where I decided to never ever fight a woman again. It was a deep trauma that I got from that. But like understandable, I think. It's like women are a lot weaker than men. Also in kindergarten. So I learned my lesson. And moved on and carried that to the elementary school. Well, I also was somewhat of a rebel, probably because I was a child and very free in mind. So I took it up on me to cause a ruckus here and there. And I also got lectured for that a lot. Whether it be physically or psychological. Though I got attacked for that. Like, it's not that I like judge it. I also understand it, like what they did and why they did that. They didn't have the mental capacity to sit down with me and explain to me why things are as they are. They used force in order to like engrave it into my mind. Well, as mentioned previously, my mom moved a lot from job to job. And I changed schools in accordance. And basically, I landed at a new school as a new kid, got treated like the new kid. Because, like in Germany, there's a lot of nepotism going on. So basically, all the structures, all those bubbles, know one another from kindergarten, and they form groups. And I always was the new kid. And as I was, from the looks, an easy target to get bullied, they did so. Because unicy can be derived from finding common enemy. So I was often made the common enemy to get this group feeling. The day came where I stopped this and stood up. I was fighting back physically. I was beating the living heck out of those people. I sometimes failed, though. I got a feeling going and stopped being the punching bag there. So I moved ahead and learned on like, how to get how to survive as the new kid. You basically just go to the weirdos and like form a group with them, because you're never the only outcast. If you want, there are always people who get treated badly by others, so you're never alone. And I found that out, and so I became friends with the nerds, with the emos, and times got a little bit easier there. Though that wasn't for long. After that, my stepfather came. Because I was always, and my mom also, like, I was thinking, oh, I need a father, and my mom also went ahead, so I got what I was wishing for, a stepfather. He was funny and charming. There was lots and lots of smiles going on, and after they both got married, it began. Like he started beating me very often. I can give you some examples. Like it felt like getting beaten every second day. Like one example is when I was eating food and watching TV. By doing so, he took offense on that and beated me for it. Or when I slammed the doors, I also got beaten for it. Like one day, like he beat me up, and after that, I had to close the door 100 times in a normal way. Or once when I was eating dinner and watching TV doing so, like my mom was actually even present. Like he lifted me up and like hung me on. Like we had a wall-mounted coat hook, and like he hung me by the neck, like with my shirt. And also got visited at night once. Want to spare you guys the details, though it wasn't pleasant. Let's hear that. It then escalated to a point where I got bigger, because like, so this with us humans, we grow, and especially like with men, we get stronger. So the day came where he decided to convince my mom to send me like on a boarding school for kids with special needs, like ADHD. I never ever had ADHD. Like he always convinced my mom to like bring me to the doctor. One day, like I got administered Adderall, if I'm not mistaken. Like Ritalin. It's like a medicine. Like it's like Coke. So you can imagine I was permanently high with this Ritalin and behaved in accordance. So yeah, I got sent to this school for kids with special needs. Wasn't even like that bad of a school. Like the teachings were like really lovely. Like it was a so-called gymnasium. It's like the highest school for it. So like I had learning material I was very comfortable with, and did also really good. Though as mentioned, it's like a school for kids with special needs. So kids there are special, which is totally fine. I once then like looked for a teacher, if I'm not mistaken. It's like it was basically a 24/7 school, if you want. And I was very diligent about my studies, so I learned very much. And then like I looked for a teacher, and there was like this one room. Like I didn't thought anything of it. Like as mentioned, I was a kid. Like I kicked open the door and like screamed into the room, hello, so like this. And there was like this 16-year-old kid standing, and I was probably like, I don't know, like 13, 14 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So he was a lot more taller and stronger, and like in the heights of his puberty. I didn't thought anything of it. Said sorry, and yep, I'm going, looking for the teacher. He then like appeared behind me and lifted me up and threw me on his knee, and then I was lying there, couldn't get any breath going. Like he annihilated me with this move. And then like a teacher came and like looked down upon me and asked, "Do you need help?" And I couldn't catch breath and was saying yes, and then I lied there and lied there and lied there, and nobody came. And like remember it again, like all the stuff I went through, the abuse from my stepfather, and that put me into a frenzy. I crashed out. I went to the, like after a rampage through the school, I went to the principal's office and proceeded being physical to the principal, which then led to me being taken away from that school into a hospital, where they then diagnosed that I then had ADHD. So basically, they found out that like I was on drugs. Like I was high. Like I was stoned of Ritalin, and they took me into a children protection facility. Basically, they took me away from my mom and my stepfather. Like I didn't understand back then, like why they did that. Now I understand why they did so. It was the right choice. It was a dangerous place, especially taking into account that never ever told my mom about the abuse. My stepfather wasn't stupid. Like he didn't punch me like in the face. Like he punched me always like in my stomach. Body. So yeah, like I covered his ass, because I was thinking my mom loves him. Though the hospital found out. Somehow they found out. So yeah, we got like sent to this place for children who came from abusive households, and there I had pretty normal rest of my time, if you want. Like I was there till 16 because my mom divorced. Stepbrother like at age 16, and then I got like taken back to her. I was super happy about that, because like I was alone all the time, and I only could see my mom I think like once every 2 weeks, and like at the weekend. Sorry, like it's a little bit rough talking about that. So yeah, like it was pretty normal, like what kids who got abused usually do. They are pretty normal, like we were goofing around, like the dark sides if you want, where like we were drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes. Like we're hanging around at the skater park, like I don't know if you know those times. Maybe you are from the same generation listening to this. We were wearing Vans, skinny jeans, baggy pants, New Era caps, long t-shirts. It was the time of, like for me at least, time of Eminem and 50 Cent, like emo lifestyle, Linkin Park, Korn, and it was very German. I enjoyed that a lot. It felt good. It felt normal. So yeah, after that, like I got taken back and visited a school, like not a gymnasium this time. This time it was like so-called Hauptschule. These days, middle school. I was experienced in being the new kid, so I navigated like a master in being the new kid. And I did rap songs, about trends. It was okay. Like we even had like meetups and stuff like that with the friends groups. Though then a day came where I met a girl. Like we were vibing a lot. She also didn't have a father. Like it was love on first sight. Me being basically risen without a father, my naiveness, and understand like what she meant as when she was like laying in my arms. I didn't understand what she meant by asking me like, or like telling me about like meeting another dude who will at her place for a sleepover. Like knowing now what she meant by that. I didn't understand it back then. I was blue-eyed, trusting soul, if you want. Like I said, okay. Like I was happy having her, and then like the contact stopped for 2 weeks. As this was my first time like falling madly in love, I was losing my shit. Sit her and like asked like, what's up, like, hey. Like I had like super hard feelings for you and stuff like that. Like as a young 16-year-old boy, from what I knew back then, would do if you were like in my shoes. But then like she broke up with me, and then I learned that she got fucked by this other dude. I was a virgin back then. It hurted a lot. And then decided, out of random, to go to the military. And like with age 17, my mom was like moving again to another position. So I was like, yeah, okay. Like, finished the school, and then went to the school afterwards, like at her new place. It's like so-called vacational integration year. Like I cancelled it, like I didn't complete it. Like the day I turned 17, I went to the military and did my serving and the mountain infantry brigades in Bad Reichenhall. And served 2 years as a military infantryist. I learned a lot in this time. Like basically, I learned to be a man from the military. Dull, obedient to the state, doing my duty. I didn't went to war zone. I had the opportunity once to, like it was like by free will, and I didn't raise my hand. Like was for Kosovo. I was it so. Like I understand also why, because like you get more money. But like I just served like a basic you're term thingy, if this is the right way to pronounce it. No, I just did it. From the vocational integration year, as I was a master and being a new kid, I found friends there and we had a good time. Like I even found another love. So I decided let that go, and as in the military they were telling me, hey, start an own business, like that's the best thing you can do, because like there were a lot of people who were much older than me, and they basically like they can read people really good, like in the military. They told me like do a business, so I did. I launched my first business with age 19. It failed miserably, like it was a merchandising platform, and like knowing what I know now, like I'd probably be able to form such a business, though. Like I'm just not vibing with it anymore. Like, like I have 9 years experience business, so like I know my way around, if you want, and like basically done with business education, if you want. Like I want to help people rather than cashing in. Just like I hope maybe someone situation is also seeing this, and like if you need help, like a girl, like I'm here, okay? Like it's super fucking rough, and like I will help you, okay? So like just like don't fear to like contact me. I will listen to you and look at your situation. Like if something's up, like I'll be there. Okay, like you're not alone. Like nowadays I know like what to do. Like you need to tell this. Like I think this is also already enough. Like just don't cover your abuser, like for real. Snitch on him. Like call help hotlines and make it known what is happening. Like speak the truth. Don't lie. And don't look at yourself as the source of that. There was one thing which was, if you want, last thing, like in terms of human darkness, what I experienced. Like I got tortured in the military because I was talking back at a higher rank, and I then got showered for it. They basically like came to my Stube, like this is like the place where the soldiers reside and rest, and like there were like 4 people or 6 people. Don't remember that clearly. Like I think it was 4. And, like they tied me to a chair and lifted me and brought me to the showering room. And I had one comrade trying to help me, but like he failed. And yeah, like they set me like in the room and took a canister of soap and poured it over my head. After that, they proceeded with a high pressure washer and washed my body with it, also the private parts. I got out of it by singing the national anthem. Like that's like something I found out. Like when you get tortured or beaten and you can't help yourself, you start to do random shit. And saw that one fitting. And it worked. Like they stopped and basically, yeah, like I got out of there. Like that was the last time like where I faced major abuse. And what I'm trying to get to is there's also people like who get tortured, and like even stories which are much more gruesome than mine. So like as I share my life story right now, like the lore of Noozed, if you want. Like as mentioned, I did my business, it failed. I then was store manager, because like this business wasn't producing any money, so I was moving along as a store manager. Because basically what I did was I started to learn programming with age 11. Like my first application was from the console. Batch program, like, and I still do it to this day. Like even my own bot from the Twitch channel is written by me. Unfortunately, don't spend so much time anymore with programming. It's like I get taken advantage of also in that regard. Well. Yeah, like it was like the only world where I had control. Like I was able to do the rules, if you want. Like this as an additional emphasis on like why I don't code that much anymore. I also coded the store platform, which I was writing for the merchandising company, and it failed. Knowing now what I know now, the best approach would have been to go to smaller creators, and of course in my naivety I didn't know that. Waiting and helping them to grow in order to then utilize this merchandising platform. Yeah, like as mentioned, like was the store manager, and it was really good. Like I had 3 stores under my control. Though then my so-called area sales manager, like he got fired, so my career ended at this point because he was promising me to become the area sales manager, like, because I did a lot of work, and yeah, like that basically was all for nothing. Yeah, it wasn't that bad though. Like it was only 1 year, and I met like MLM, like multi-level marketing people, which took me to their boss because they were so baffled by what I was offering them. Like I basically offered them like to structure their IT and stuff like that, and then like the guy listened to me, and like he set me on tracks, basically like explaining me that I should do service, like IT services. Yeah, like it went really well. Like I got customers assigned from him. Like I had my first like 4,000 euros on my bank account, and I was super happy about it. So then it came how it had to be. Corona hit, like Corona times. I basically like lost all my customers from one day to another. Like it felt like so people became more shady, and like they withheld money from me. Yeah, like I was on the verge of becoming bankrupt. Then did like package delivery, like for Amazon Flex. I'm like thankful to this day to Amazon that they gave this opportunity, and did package deliveries and went okay. Though like it was my own car, so the time came where my car broke down. And like, don't get me wrong, like I had people like I took care of, because I like helping people, and like they were dependent on me, and that's why I always had like a lot of money to spend, like medicine, for example. There are sicknesses in our society which aren't supported by social security and like in general. So basically financed to help with this sickness. So it took a lot of money. Yeah. My car broke down. Standing there in the parking lot crying. That motivated me like to ask my mom like if she maybe knows someone like who could lift me out of this situation. And then like she knew one, like she knew him for 9 years. So she had lots and lots of trust in him. He knew M&A, and then like programmed the platform, which makes it possible to supervise 12 projects per person, like in the M&A field. And we were successfully able to buy the first company, and I was super happy about it. Like I had stable income going from that day where we bought the first company, and like it went along, we bought another one, and another one, like in total, like because we had also some companies where we were just CEOs. So like around 9 companies. And then like something happened. I got told like that the dude who got like brought to me by my mom. So like he also had family trust. You guys need to keep that in mind. That he lost like 500,000 euros. I was shocked because like this guy was a legend to me. Like he was able to buy a company with my software, I might add. And I looked up on him as a fatherly friend, as a messiah. It's like I had so much money that where it was good. Like I had, like for me it was much money. Like I had 25,000 euro on my bank account. Like I even had one point like where I had 36,000 euros. Like, and I was feeling like the king. Oh, like so much money, and yes, and like that's the right way to do things. Because there were red flags, and yeah, that made me basically very, 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 very sad. I wanted to help him, so I called and asked around. And we had one, like who suggested, like who then proceeded to suggest us an investor. Like our part would have been like to pay 150,000 euro in securities. It's like so-called equity participation, and I took it up on me to give that money. Looking at it retrospectively, like I was even saying, like I was rising concerns, and like now we were like cutthroat, and like he told me, now we're gonna do this, now we're gonna. I somewhat understand now. Like I think he also might have been like in panic, especially like knowing what I know now. Long story short, I lost all that money. It was a scam. Was not in Germany, like where the transaction took place. It was in Italy. And that money's gone now. And like he was like looking at it back, like he was telling me, I only do what they tell me to do, nothing else. Stick to it. So I did. The money's gone. Then proceeded. I took this loss. And he then told me, okay, now it's all over, I'm gonna kill myself. That brought me to shop. Like, don't get it wrong, like, now he is like 61, if I'm not mistaken. He knew what he was doing. Like, he ramped up my emotions and like hit me with the bomb of he's gonna kill himself. For me, it was a family friend. So I offered like help again. So yeah, like then bought off companies from them. Then one day I had a call from the notary office stating that he gave something which allegedly had my signature, where I didn't know of. Like it came out of the blue. It was absolutely random. Like I'm certain that I didn't have made such a signature, and the day where I supposedly made the signature was a day where I had multiple testimonies that I didn't do that. So I was shopping that day. Even have receipts. I never ever did such a signature. I basically felt a dagger in my back. I want to describe it that way. I contracted 3 lawyer agencies, which basically took all the rest of my liquidity away. And then found out that around $500,000 liquidity was missing, and also that what he did, what led to his loss of his $500,000 was credit fraud. In my fantasy, I was thinking like he got taken advantage of by another businessman. So yeah, it all crushed down on me. All the red flags and everything. I basically woke up. Like this went on for like 3 years and like escalated in this notary office call. Yeah, like I lost everything I've built there. Yeah. Had to learn a very expensive lesson. Funny enough, like he even told me in the beginning, Noozed, if you die, I'll be there. I won't be crying, but I will be there. Like at the funeral. He told that to a 25-year-old, I might add, like as the 8-year-old. I understand now why he said that. Because what I did before I started streaming, I gave everything away. All I own now is my computer and my phone. Research on what would happen when you write the last note, when you hit the sledge. Yeah, I was sitting there, staring at this blank screen. Even had a date. Because it was really rough. Like, I had calls going from work who were telling me like I can't buy my kids Christmas presents. Like the parents were like working at one of my companies. Took a toll on me, like losing over $500,000 of money. That hurts a lot. That isn't like the worst thing. The worst thing about it is not in the bad sense. Like the hardest thing about it is people calling you and about their sorrow when they don't get paid anymore. I said to myself before I go down the sledge, I will try out this streaming thing. Which saved me, like I'm now actually able to give people joy again. Have lots and lots of laughter and fun together. Took me away from that path. Some dark parts about Twitch is you have moral tyrants, you have power creeps, basically like people who give you money and ask for much, and also tell you like, hey, I gave you money, I supported you, and now you treat me like this. Just the same as saying, I guess, making like skill tripping, like making someone feel guilty, and that also happened to me like on a bigger scale. And the scale is like lots and lots of, smaller, a lot smaller, and like you also have people like who are really nice in the beginning. As this dude was, like, who was suggested by my mom. Like, I'm not mad at my mom, I just try to emphasize, like, so that you guys understand, I trusted him as one of my family. They're super sweet and charming, and you don't pay attention for a bit, and you see people at their place, and they don't come back to you anymore, and that's okay. Like, I'm not bad about it. Like, though I understand the game now. Like, people being like super nice at other places, and yeah, basically taking away people from you by showing a smile, but having the intent to like keep the people there. I even learned more. I was talking about it like in my streams. Like when the day comes, like I found out I just me and editing is like two enemies, if you want. I'm like super horrible in editing, and even have a hard time doing simple cutting, like resizing. I just want to be there communicating with people, like getting people to know, and making one another smile, like that's what I'm there for. Long story short, like now I have after like taken away my first viewers, if you want. Like there's most are still there, though. Like I lost plenty people by trusting others. Again, trusting others, not yourself. now I have movement going. Like just I describe it by now like as anti-monotheism. Because trying to take a step back and like looking at what has happened to me and other people around the globe. Like, who's the enemy? Why are we doing this to one another? I know there are certain situations where force is necessary. You can't let someone go on a rampage and kill other people. That's just not working. What I'm trying to get to is, you have in our society this monotheistic line, which divides people from good and bad without taking into account that under each story there is a human. And rather than growing up on a disagreement, we take a disagreement as a conflict. What I'm trying to bring to our society is timelessness. Being able again to talk to one another without ill or bad intent. Trying to find peace together rather than conflict and disagreement. Growing rather than rejecting one another. And it's 3 core base principles which got brought to me by people I look up to, people I love. It's all about knowledge, strength, and beauty. Because I think there can be lots and lots of opportunity in disagreement. You can learn from one another. You can broaden your horizon. You don't need to be attached to the other theorem. You can utilize it as a way to become dualistic, where you have your stance and the stance of the other person, where you can live alongside each other rather than fighting each other. And that's basically what I'm trying to establish. I have first successes. Super proud in that regard, and we're growing by the day. So that's basically what's on my mind. Like, but I'm also trying to like so yeah, like with that said, it would be sweet if you, after my lore piece, come by and say hello. Would be super lovely having you at my humble streams, talking to one another. So my DMs and Discord, they are also always open, and would be lovely to have you there. Like, as I'm Noozed, which is the rhythm from the Nooze, somewhat even like a little bit dark, though like what I'm trying to get to is become entangled. 'Cause rather than hanging from the gallows, you can also hang in a hanging mat. I can be one of us, part of us, and knitting together a beautiful fabric of love, joy, and family. So, looking forward to this. Thank you so much for listening to the end. I will upload this to YouTube, so would be lovely like if you show some response, like by hitting the like or the dislike button. Also like an explanation on why you did so would be lovely. And I hope we will see us really, really soon. And until then, that was my first 0 viewer stream, so thank you for tuning in. I will now proceed drowning my toilet. I gotta piss. And I love you so, so much. Always remember, you're not alone, okay? I know it's fucking rough out there, and let's see to make the best out of it together. So, till the next time, peace. Mwah.